I'm here with John Cott, Zeke and Destroy. How are you doing today, John?
Good, good.
Well, it's been a good season for you so far. You're second place in the league with a 4-game winning streak. What are you attributing to your success?
I've got a really good team right now. We made a couple big trades early on. I found my 2 losses. I made some calculated errors on some lineups, or I would have won those as well, like everybody does. But I'm feeling really good the last 4 games. I mean, Robinson has been just an exceptional pickup for me. When I see him really dominating these next 6-7 weeks. Cautious about Zeke, but you never want to count Zeke out, right? So.
They're saying he might not even be a top 12 running back.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's always the haters, right? But I'm feeling really good about my chances of I would confidently say that I'd be surprised if I'm not in first place by the end of the season.
Okay, so what are your predictions for this week? Do you want to go line by line
yeah,
with the matchups there?
Yeah, let's go line by line.
Okay, so we got you versus the defending champ.
Yeah, the defending champ, or I like to call him the defending chump. What it is he only put up 70-some points last week. His team is...
That was the lowest in
fantasy in our fantasy history, and I don't know of anybody that can't put 8 players together and get over 100, but he managed to only put up 70. He's got lots of injuries. He's been farting around the waiver wire and putting really crappy players in his lineup, so I see he's got a few of those to do.
Do you think he'll even make playoffs?
If he does, he's going to be in that last spot, which I'm hoping he does, because I'd love to play him first round.
Yeah.
But this week, he's going to get McCaffrey back, and the thing about that one is, you get McCaffrey back, you kind of got to put him in the lineup, but then the coach ain't going to push him, so it's going to be a disaster no matter what he does.
Failure.
It's a disaster.
All right,
my prediction on that one is, even money wise, I'd probably give him a 15-point spread.
Okay, nice. I like it. You got Davini versus Nasty Nick.
That one I'm gonna have to give to Davini. He put up some good points last week. He's got some guys that with Hilaire that are coming through for him. I'm surprised. I talked to him about it today about Levon Bell. I think the coach is going to let him get back at Gassy, more of a mind screw, right? That's what coaches like to do to each other. Let's put Bell in and get him a couple touchdowns just to piss on the guy's brain a bit. But he also has Fournette, so he's got some good options there in running back. So I actually like his team this week.
Nice.
I think.
What do you have any comments on the trade last week between Nick and Barber?
Well, it ended up looking a lot better after the trade because Nick's players ended up doing pretty good and Mahomes didn't, right? So, you just can't count out Mahomes, right?
Yeah, but he only put up 15 points last week.
Yeah, he can put up 50 in a game, so I don't know what his matchup is this week, but he's going to average 35 points. So, but Moore was a good pickup, I think, for Nick, and he needed Nick. They both needed to do something.
But let's just be honest. We don't care about this game. It's against 2 guys that are not going to make the playoffs.
They would have to start getting on a huge winning streak, and with Scott, it doesn't look like that's possible, right? So
I like it. I love that you're not taking the bait for me trying to insult these guys. I like it. Okay, we got Jovan versus Mearsy.
Again, a couple of middle of the pack guys that their team, they're just a hard one to predict. Some of their players, right? They're just not consistent.
Yeah.
Mearsy's always big on the trade thing too. He's made a couple. He just made one yesterday, I believe, right?
Yeah, he did.
And who did he get now?
Ooh, I can't remember. He did that trade with Jaron, didn't he? He got.
Yeah.
Well, Jaron got Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. Who else?
Yeah, let me look at it real quick.
I just don't pay attention to trades from guys that are just.
Well,
dumpsters.
anything can happen in fantasy, so you got to be I like to be aware of them just to see. Let me just look here what that trade was, if it's even. Yeah, here it is. Jamel Williams. I don't know. Jones didn't practice.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He could play. He could be a good for 1 week. But Schuster. But I really liked Ben.
Ben, yeah, but
Big
the thing
Ben.
with Schuster is he's not getting the targets right now.
Yeah,
because
but he
Devontae
traded away
Johnson
Big Ben,
played
and
well.
what did he get? He got Frank Gore. Come on,
Ooh.
old man Gore. He got Mike Davis, Carolina.
You know,
Maybe
McCaffrey's
he's
coming
one,
back, so it doesn't
one more
matter.
week. Zach Moss.
Moss, but that only matters.
So I mean, as
something.
Sammy puts, I mean, this was a bag of hammers trade, right? Because there's just none of the players really stand out. I think
Yeah. I think Jaron won that trade.
I think Jaron won because the best player in the whole trade was Ben, or
Yeah.
is Big Ben, and I don't really like trading my best
Okay.
player.
So Jovan Mirzi, you got Mirzi?
I'm gonna take Mirzi. Jovan is in deep trouble. Jovan is in deep trouble. On week 10, his 3 best players are on bye, and he's in deep trouble. He hasn't been planning for the buys at all, and then he's been scrambling at the last minute. He hasn't been active on the waiver wire. Just his neck. Maybe they don't know how to do it. I'm not sure. Nick hasn't spent any money on the trade wire yet. He's got the
Yeah, he's
he's
just
the
trading away his
last-
best players.
He's in last place, so it makes no sense to me. He could have picked up some players. So some of these guys are just amateurs, you know.
Yeah. Do you think Barber gave him a house deal for his trade?
No, I just don't think Nick did enough research, right?
All right.
So
Okay, next we got yours truly versus the con man.
that one's a
It's gonna be a tight game.
when I predict the top 5, I mean you and Connor are both in there, so I mean you're really, these are playoff positions right now, because I mean the bottom 6, 2 of them are going to make the playoffs, and you want to play those guys.
Yeah.
So you and Connor, one of you, this is an important one for you guys, but Connor's team looks good. Your team looks
Connor's
good.
looks good.
You
My
got some
team-
health. You got some health things coming back.
Milwaukee
So,
Hospital.
I probably would give Connor the slight edge on this one.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Next one. Havenly Power versus
Haven-
007 Jaron.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty easy one, right?
Yeah.
So
Like, do we even bother talking about that?
Havenly Power is. I don't think he'll lose another game. I think
I
he's
don't think
gonna.
he will
I think he's
either.
gonna finish in like 4th spot for the year based on how bad he started. But
Yeah.
he's gonna be a tough. He's gonna be a tough guy to play. He's gonna
Yeah.
be a tough team to beat.
Devontae Adams putting up 50
Yeah,
points.
he's ranked at 176 points this week, which is like, I thought my 157 was good, and he's 20 more higher than me. So
Okay. Well, we don't even have to pick a winner there because we
Yeah.
already know. But next we got the Big Wolf versus I'm with Cap.
again, that'll be Big Wolf. I mean, he's ranked very high. I think he's tied in
Do
second.
you honestly think Sam will go 50% for the rest of the season?
I don't think Sammy's going to win. I think he might get one more win out of the next 7 games.
Yeah. I see him
he
finishing
lost
6th.
OBJ. He lost OBJ. He's probably going to go. He's probably going to go 6 and 7, man. And I mean, I've never seen a guy win 6 in a row and then lose 7. But Sammy's team could do that, right?
Mayfield's a better quarterback without OBJ. Let's just call a spade a spade. The moment he left, he threw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Sammy's team. He's got a ton of injuries, and I don't know. He doesn't like to trade because he doesn't want to. He knows that someone might take advantage of him because he's not good at it, and so then he has a fear factor, right? It's a little bit of a chicken.
Any comments on the waiver wire for this week?
The waiver wire. I mean, I thought your Gelman pickup was pretty smart. I would have. I couldn't pick up anyone, but I thought that one was a good one.
Well, there's 3 teams you got to kind of look at right now: San Fran, Seattle,
Yeah.
and the Giants.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that all plays out. Which team you liking the most this week?
Well, I like mine.
Wow.
But I won last week, and I mean it's going to be between Jordan and I who wins the week. But what I'm finding that most of the teams aren't focused on is their defense or their kickers, and sometimes when it gets close, that's
Yeah,
what's
those are the points, don't
that's going to win the when I played you last week, the week before on the bye I picked up the defense, and he put up 20 points, right? So that
He did.
even if your player who didn't get injured, I would have still beat you.
Who finishes last this week? Fewest points.
Fewest points. I'm gonna pick that with Sam.
Good pick.
Sam is gonna be the loser. Big Al this
There
week.
you go. Well, there you have it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for Fantasy Football today. We'll talk to you soon.
Go for it.